Hey everyone. So it's been a sad couple of days lately, and that's because I think I have, or at least I know I have, a little bit of a rodent issue here. Uh, what's a little bit alarming, though, is that I don't really have any fruits or vegetables really growing on this. As you can see, all of this is flowers. Yes, I might have some garlic here, but I don't think those are ready, and I don't think they're touching those either. Um, there are two strawberry plants right here, but as you can see, there's not much fruit, and all of this isn't even ready yet. So all of this is pretty bare, as you can see, which makes me believe that the rats or mice or whatever is doing this might be going after the worms. That's probably my biggest fear right now. So I do need to figure out how to combat this and get them to not come back. Especially because I am doing some new plants in the next couple of days in the garden tower. So going to try a couple of things. Worst case, I will cover it, but I really don't want to because it's just a bigger pain to take it off and put it back on. But I'm going to try some other ways first. My first thoughts are to use some specific plants. So I've heard that onions or green onions specifically, they don't rats and mice don't like the smell. Of course, I will also lay out some traps, but hopefully this is an easy, quick fix. I've also heard things like lavender and mint, which I do have in pots actually. So I'll probably move them over here as well. And lastly, coffee grounds supposedly also help because they don't like the odor. So I'm gonna put all this dirt back in that it seemed to have kicked out over the side. As you can see, it even pushed out a lot of the dirt like here. There's quite, I wish you can actually see it, but there is quite an elaborate tunnel. This actually goes down, it goes around, and then from here, it actually goes down to the next level right here, which might be a little difficult to see. And it pretty much went through each layer one by one, which is why it makes me believe that they went after the worms. But yeah, I'm gonna mix in some coffee grounds, probably at the lower levels to deter it, and then see where I can go from there. There are, of course, other options, but because I have worms in here, I need to be careful about any other chemicals or pesticides. So going to try coffee grounds, lavender, mint, and then of course I'll lay some traps on the side as well, and hopefully that works. And then worst case, of course, I'll do the entire covering, which I hope I don't have to get to. But unfortunately, not a great update. I'll see how things pan out, and hopefully this all works out, and you guys can leverage some of these things so that you don't get hit like this as well. All right, 24 hours later, coffee grounds did not work. I may not have added enough, but to be fair, I didn't have enough coffee grounds to cover every aspect of this garden tower. What I did was I covered the first two layers, and I did cover a little bit of the top. It didn't help, they did come back. So what I've done, I'm trying another method. First, I'm making sure that it's not living in there. So I just watered very deeply, and as you can see, there is a lot of soil that has been kicked out from the tower because of the mice or the rats. Second, I'm going to try cayenne and chili powder. So as you can see by this ring, I've created a ring around with the spice just to see if that's also a deterrent, and hopefully that will work as well. So I'm going to try and refill this back up with some other soil and see if this other method works. Crossing my fingers. All right, last update. Looks like the chili powder cayenne pepper didn't work. As we can see here, more tunneling is happening. Uh, I'm just gonna go to the last resort, which is getting some rat traps along with some netting to prevent this from happening again. And it was a good experiment to see some of the other things. My guess is that those items would have been helpful if the rats or the rodents didn't know that there was food here. So it might have been a deterrent, be like, okay, well, I don't know what's behind that door in a way, and I'm not going to go there. But since I do know what's there, it seems like they were willing to go past it. So it was a fun experiment in a way. But I'm going to go in the end with some traps and some barriers like the nets. All right. Thanks, everyone.